Hellmode? Hellmode. It's time to do Hellmode. This is my secondary account that's currently on wave level 135,000, and we will be doing this Town Archer Hellmode build today. It's the same build that I use on my main account as well, except I don't have 13 hero slots, so no Golem Master in there in this case. And since it's a Town Archer Hellmode build, Town Archers will be doing the damage. The items I'm running currently are like this. So this has one critical damage line, the flat damage line is useless over there, and this has double fire damage line. So decent items, except there would be one better line for the bow for the Town Archers, and I'm also running the Orb of Crisis as a test for this run, because I have level 10,000 Town Archers for this build, so I can test this orb out on this wave level account. Let's get right into it. So we will be starting with this setup. 3 and 1 might be a little, maybe, overkill. You should probably start with this amount to start your practicing, but we will try to be a little greedy today, so let's see how this will go on. I have 65 points I have not spent, so as soon as I start this fight, I will pause it and I will spend it on my castle. Now this makes my castle HP to be below 50%, so that means that the Orb of Crisis will be activated right from the beginning, so I don't have to wait until I take enough hits for it to be activated. So I can have that damage boost up and running from the beginning of the battle, and that's gonna make our early game also a lot more easier. I popped a 3x ad before doing this, so the early game path will be a little bit faster. In the early game, you can kind of just spam your stuff. You will be overpowered enough so that you can kill everything as soon as they appear on the screen, as you can see right now. That will change after you get a certain amount of score, depending on your items, on your Town Archers, really, how long you can do that for, and also your crowd control items as well, like how much can they do without you really intercepting much in terms of using Mekram, Zeus or Dark Ice Wizard. Like, I don't have to touch them at this point yet. I can just keep on spamming. Like, I'm not really even at this point looking at the enemies. I'm just spamming the skills when they come off cooldown. That's super professional gameplay. We have 420 points. Let's go spend some of them. I will spend all of them on Town Archer damage at this point, just so we can have easier early game. And with the same setup on my main account, except having 13 hero slots, so Golem Master is in there, I've been able to get over 800 billion damage. So there's definitely potential for this build to be used in both early and both late game as well. Of course, we won't be getting at that high score today on this account. That's just impossible with these items, and also lacking a lot of skill points as well. But I hope we might be able to get like maybe 40 billion or something above 40 billion. That would be great, I would say. Our goal for today would be, let's go with 40 billion and see if we can go much past that. 50 billion would be a dream, but we'll see. The scary part is to determine when I will be switching to 1x game speed. Like, I can probably go to that 50 billion on my main account on 3x game speed and survive. Here we will get destroyed. So let's see, we are currently only at 2 billion. So maybe we can get to 5 to 10 before we have to switch to 1x game speed. Let's see, we have to spend some points again. I'm gonna start leveling the resistances a little bit right now as well. Maybe 10 points, maybe 15 to stun. And also just Town Archers. Now we have level 1000 Town Archers. That's a great start. At this point still, yeah, it's just spamming. Like, we can also go to 2x game speed once this starts to feel a little bit too fast, but let's just see. I'm gonna go like, okay, let's do this. 20 on both. That's should be enough for a while. So now let's not forget our damage so that we can actually kill enemies. Okay, 3x is so unforgiving. The enemies they are speed hacking through my screen right now. I believe we will go, I will go to 2x game speed now at 5 billion. Gives me a little bit more time to prepare. I'm gonna pump some more Town Archer levels. I'm not touching the freeze resistance yet. because I'm not really actively using my Dark Eyes Wizard yet. I mean, I can use him at this point, but while I'm still in this early part and just spamming my skills, I don't really need to worry about that too much. So once we start going with 1x game speed soon, I would say maybe a couple of billions more, then I will start also leveling that one. I'm gonna go a little bit more on stun, and then just Town Archer damage. And most of your points should go to Town Archer damage. Otherwise you will be just in deep troubles. Right now, I think we are close to switching over to 1x game speed so that we don't misclick at this point and die way too early. Like, I'm not ready to die just yet. Yeah. 9 billion? Okay, let's go to 1x game speed right now. Almost to 10 billion, so yeah, I'm satisfied with that one. Let's spend our points. Let's see, we can go to 25 in here. I'm gonna go 15 points on freeze as well. So that means I did not level my Town Archers a whole lot right now. But I believe with 1x game speed we are still strong enough so that we can overcome the enemies at this point. So now it's just gonna be trying to time our buffs in a way that we can get maximum benefit. Like, with the slash, with Dark Assassin, like, I want to use it at the same time with the other buffs, but also I kind of want to wait. If there's not enough monsters on screen, I want to wait. There would be a few more monsters on screen that you can apply the slash to a few more monsters, because that's a huge damage boost for your Town Archers if they can land that critical hit to those enemies who are affected by the buff. Of course, that's not always possible, so you will be, like in here, that was a highly wasted slash, but I just kinda had to use it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to use that all for that cycle. I could have saved it as well. You kinda have to just figure it out for yourself if you wanna save it or not. And that's a lot of flying monsters. They just wanna keep on spawning. We'll keep this for now and level up the damage instead. 13 billion damage. I wonder when comes the part where we will really start to struggle, because I feel that will happen quite fast. If you are at similar wave level, let me know in the comments if you are, like, what is the point when you start to struggle really with this kind of, if you're running Town Archer Hellmode build. Like, that looks a bit scary because, oh, there's so many flying monsters. I want to wait a little bit, creating a little bit. Yeah, should be fine. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, thank you, buffs. Those buffs, Dark Necromancy, Dark Skeleton, that's just so huge DPS if you can have all of them running with the haste buff. And of course with also Assassin as well. Even better if you can do that. Like, again in here, that was a little wasted slash. But we will go with this. Okay. Orcs are still alive, so maybe... Okay, they are not alive. Are we taking hits? Okay, not yet. That's good. Okay, now I'm creating. I'm creating so much, so... We got rid of those. That's a good thing. If there's a huge mob of, like, air mob coming right now, then I will... I'm gonna pop Altar right now. 18 billion. Ugh. Also shield, in case we take some hits. Emergency shield, activate. Okay, so now we are on Altar. That should be fine, but there's so many flying monsters. I'm gonna level up stun a little bit more. Should I go a little bit more as well? But we kind of also need damage, so I'm gonna pump damage. It's so hard to decide when actually to level stuff and when not. Like, this should be now fine. We should be able to clear most of these. Yes, that's fine. Hopefully most of these as well. Thank you. Gear Wizard, there we go. Die. Thank you. Why do the flying monsters keep on spawning so fast? Unfair. Unfair, my friends. Okay, I'm gonna freeze ground. See if that will help me. And I'm also getting ready to use my first buffs, I guess, as well. Okay, so far they are dying. That's good for me. I'm gonna put a couple of points in here. I'm gonna put a couple of points in freeze. That might be just meaningless, but if it helps me, I will gladly take it. Okay, there's a lot of air monsters coming in again. And yeah, I'm gonna use Hourglass right now to get all of our buffs up instantly. There we go. This is, we're at 25. It's a little bit scary right now. I might just sap this. Just to buy us some time. Like, yeah, we probably could have survived that, but I don't want to take the risk, honestly. Okay, this is a Dark Ice Wizard with no monsters on the ground. Okay. Fine, it is what it is. All of our buffs going there. That's nice. Okay, now there's not Grim Archers alive, so maybe we can survive for a moment. That's so... The resistances are so high. I also need to level up damage, so there's just no other option for me, really. I'm gonna freeze ground again. I might have to sap this again. But we'll see. Okay, maybe we will be able to survive. Okay, that's good, that's good. 30 billion damage. 30 good billion damage. They don't die. Yeah, they did. I used another Hourglass, so we are now at 30 billion. I'm struggling. If you can't see it, I'm struggling a lot right now. That was a wasted assassin as well. Hopefully we can still get rid of these before using another buff. Okay, I'm getting ready to another jab. There we go. We took a hit. We took a hit. That's scary. Taking a hit can be super, super... Like, I don't think we can honestly over-level these resistances at this point, so I'm just gonna keep on pumping damage instead. I should have also casted the slash before Pure Wizard, but it is what it is right now. Ground is also getting through, and I do not like that. So I'm lacking on my ground resistance. Which is not great. Which is not great at all. 36 billion. And counting. Oh, come on. Die, 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 die. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We have one sap left before we have to use our... I think this will be our sap. I'm not risking it. There we go. Before we have to start using our swords, so... We are at 39 billion. We should be able to reach our goal of the day. Unless I screw this up somehow. Which is of course possible. Yeah, let's just let's go with our first sword. That should give us power to defeat all of these. We are reaching 40 billion, so we have reached our goal right now. So now let's just see how far we can get. It's kind of still like, ugh, I don't like this cooldown. I'm really not used. That's why you should just keep on doing more and more runs on your account so that you get more use. Like if I play this account more often, I feel like I could be able to get a bit better score, like for sure, because I would be able to time and know when I have to use my buffs. Like I'm gonna use another sword right now. I don't honestly, I don't know how much we can keep on killing these guys. So we will just do that. 45 billion. While your sword is up and running, you will have so much power that, as you can see, everything is basically just dying. If you have the golden horn, if you have purchased that one, you can also turn it on once you use your sword, so that you can get a little bit more monsters killed during that sword. So I'm gonna use another sword right after, because that should allow us really to get to 50 billion damage on this account, and I feel like that's more than enough for us for today. So 50 billion damage done. That's our last sword. So once this runs out, we will be in trouble. Like, we won't, because we don't have enough power to stop them. We don't have enough power. Like, I can try and level these resistances and hope that will help a little bit, but we will see. Probably we will be dead right now. 52 billion. I'm gonna do what I can, but yeah, everything is just off cooldown, so yeah, we are dead. 52 billion damage. I'm satisfied with that one for this account, for this wave level, 135,000, so I feel that's a decent score for this Hellmode. The battle results look like this. So 100% of damage is done by Town Archers, nothing else is really doing anything, just there for the crowd control. The treasures I'm using are like this, and my skill tree currently looks like this. So basically, through the ice tree, to get the Town Archer nodes over here, also the orb slot, because I have level 10,000 Town Archers. If you don't have, then you won't be needing that, but also your score will likely be much lower. Then I went to get the Immortal Summons and Slinger PS nodes in the summon tree. And then I moved out to get the Lightning tree, so the stunned node for stun extra damage for stunned monsters, and then also the Assassin nodes over there. And then I really thinned out this build, these skill points, so that I could get this increased haste duration buff and also some attack speed boost for my slingers for more crowd control. So that's a little bit thinning out this build with this amount of skill points. Now the next 10 points or so will give me, for this account, so much more power, because I will be able to get this sword over here, I will be able to get this sword over here, I will be able to get this sword also over here, and those will give you Town Archers a lot more damage, so that will make me much stronger. Also, I can get these two flying monster damage nodes over here, also help me to clear out those flying enemies a little bit more easier. But that's what I'm running right now. So quickly through the items. Town Archer items again, 1 critical damage line and 2 fire damage lines. So I would like to get 1 more line of critical damage or fire damage for the bow as well. And also the Orb of Crisis with 79% roll. Could also reroll that one, but I haven't bothered on this secondary account. Dorothy is running just some attack speed and +1 summon in here. Double stun chance over here. Flying Orcs, attack speed, +1 summon unit, and double stun chance with some attack speed. These are decent items, like really decent items for this wave level, I would say. Just some flat cooldowns over here for increased amount of Ice Wizard casts. Single stun line in here, so sword would need much more improvement. Double stun for the bracelets, so also I would need a slow line for slingers eventually. +1 summon unit in here for angels, just for body blocking, and damage reduction in here. So also both of these could be improved a lot, but they are decent for this wave level. And double stun and stun and slow, like these are really decent items for shoes. I actually should probably give this accessory to slingers instead to get slow for slingers, but yeah. For Dark Skeleton, just some cooldown. Dark Hunter also cooldown. A beautiful B tier cooldown item, because I don't have enough items. Like, you have to work with what you have. I don't have enough cooldown items for everyone, so I'm going with the B tier cooldown item for that one. Stun line, cooldown, and stun and slow in here as well. So decent amount of slow lines as well in the build. That also helps you out. Double cooldown, and double cooldown. The Dark Necromancer has a very decent items for this wave level, and also the free double cooldown staff on Pure Wizard, and also a double cooldown in here. So these also help out so much. The lower you can get your cooldown, the more often you can cast your buffs, and that will just increase your score so much. Like, I would believe that this build have potential for more damage than we just got, but I'm really satisfied with 50 billion damage for this account, because that's just red crystals earned for sure. I have no E-lines for this build, I have no runes for this build, so that would also increase the score again a lot more if I were to farm some of those. So that's the build, that's how it runs. I hope this maybe helps you like see how you can play things out on a lower wave level. Of course, these items are, I would probably say, above average for this wave level, but still you can do it. Like, just get as good items as you can get and start practicing that hell mode, and you will be able to get, you don't have to get 50 billion damage to reach in the top 300. You can, if you can reach 30 billion damage, you should be safe in there, so you can get a much lower score as well and still get those red crystals. I will see you in the next one. Leave me a comment down below if you have some questions. I'm out.